logged out of. I got kicked out of the Instagram this year.
Well, I'm not sure. Good morning, guys. I hope you guys are having a great day. So overnight, nothing major. I'm all the levels held. The market is sideways, though. There's not much to discuss. But SPY is holding levels. We did have some weekly jobless claims, and I think we have more numbers tomorrow. But same theory as every day. I think in step by step, slow steps, we just ride up, and let's see where we go. I'd be worried below 426 for consolidation, maybe. But as long as we hold above 426, I think we're fine in a nice little uptrend channel. So S&P, it looks fine to me, nothing to worry about. 429 or above 428, it is acting tough right now. So above 428, it is acting tough. Just know that, okay? If we can get through 428, hold strong 429, then 440, 450 comes soon. All right, and then we have tech, which is Qs. Same thing. I think we're in a very nice uptrend, and we continue grinding higher. As long as we're so our level before was 344. Now I would like this to stay above 350 for any short-term weakness, 350. But anything above 354, 353 hold, I think we can continue playing this to the upside. Okay. So if you just zoom out of the chart, it's a nice little uptrend. All right, and we can continue going much higher. And XLE is up a lot pre-market, and a $1 gap up on a stock like XLE is huge. It's not something small. So XLE energy stocks, we went over this yesterday pre-market, and told you guys to keep an eye on it. It respected this trend line, which we drew, right? Bounced off of this trend line, okay? And today it's up $1, and a dollar gap up, it means a lot. And usually when stocks like this gap up, they don't usually give up their gains most of the times, they hold it. Okay, but the level here still is 56, 57 and needs to get above. So no need to rush into a trade. I'm already gapped up. I would not jump in here. I would wait, especially OIH. Now OIH, one thing I want you guys to understand, those of you guys that trade based on candles and whatnot, this is super bearish, okay? Like going into next day, this is a bearish action. I would buy puts here based on candles from what we're taught. But today it's up $7 pre-market. So how do you determine that, right? This is why when we say, price levels have been held, they work better. So here, instead of these candles, it was holding above this support zone. It held the price level of 220, 217 that you want to see here, right? So it held above 217, which was a signal, and but it's gapped up. I'm still not going to play this name. I'm not going to chase. I don't ever chase into stocks. That's one thing I learned. Every time I did, I usually resulted in a net loss. Very few times I caught the rip, but most overall, it was a net loss. So I will still wait, let this set up a little bit more, and then in the coming days, I'll definitely make a play on this. Maybe it rips today. If it rips, it goes without me. As simple as that. And then we have GS Banks. Banks Financials holding strong. GS is just, if you zoom out of the chart, is nothing but a nice little solid uptrend ever since from 180, since October. It's just a nice little uptrend, right? So if you're buying equity long in names like this, banks, right? Where there's just nice little consolidation up, and something like this is going to happen in here. It's going to continue going up for now, right? Banks broke out of many multi-year consolidation. Know this, okay? This name broke out in 2007. It was trading at 250, and then in 2021 it was trading at 250 again. Okay, so this was a 10-year, more than like actually about 12, 13 years consolidation on the monthly chart. It broke out of. So this is going to make a huge move in the coming months. It just started. I think this goes towards 500 in the coming months. Okay, we may have some sideways movement between 370, 400 in the next few months, 1-2 months. But overall, this name is going to go to 550, 600 so fast, you guys won't even believe it. Okay, so banks were the play, and we did mention this 3-4 months ago with all the news that we had. So keep an eye on GS. 380 is magnet. 380 short term is magnet. When I say 380, what do I mean by that? This can maybe go hit 400. It's likely to visit 380 again. Okay, so if you miss this number, I'll see how it behaves. If you're looking for some long-term equity in the next 1-2 months, it'll likely, even if it goes to 400, 420, it's likely to hit 380 and then reverse back up. Okay, so that's one play setting up for the coming months. So you guys are probably crazy when I say coming months, but that's how options are played. You wait for the play to come to you, right? And then we have JD, absolute rip yesterday. Our leaps are looking great. And as long as we hold above 80, I think a solid hold above 80, this can give us an AMD type move. AMD went from 80 to 94 within like 2 weeks, I think, and it only took 3 days. 84, it kept acting as a magnet. But same thing with JD, a solid hold above 80, and by August or around by this time, we can probably have this back at 90. Okay, of course, it also depends on the Chinese news, how the country is doing. If any negative news from there, anything, the news that always comes out, trust news, this, that, accounting, then yes, there could be negative side. But based on technicals, I think it's time, as last month we told you guys, it's time for China to run. So JD, solid, above 80 hold, 90 comes fast. 85 is resistance, so we might have some chop here, but 90. So if you're buying JD, weeklies is fine, but I highly recommend that you buy time. If you buy time on your options, your value stays there, even if JD was to go sideways for some time here. So buy 1-2 months out and play those. Okay. I mean, if you look at AMD, and when this bull flag formed right here, right? Let's say you bought the options right here, and this chop right here. If you bought the weekly options in this chop, and you were looking for a move, and this probably happened with many of you guys, so I'll just go over this quickly. So AMD, when you bought the options here, thinking, oh, you know what, the bull flag has been formed, that this has formed a bull flag, and let me buy options right here, and you bought options right here, but and then the weekly option especially, but then AMD stayed sideways for another freaking 1 week, almost 4 days, and your options either went to zero, and if you were 2 weeks out, you probably lost a lot of value, right? But if you bought, let's say, 1 month out, 4 weeks out, and you gave it time to do the price action, work on the movement, you would have banked a lot. Even your $85 calls, you could have got them under $1, and now they're trading at almost $10. Okay, 1 to 10 almost. Okay, so these are the plays that you want to look for when you. The reason I say buy time a lot is because of these things. I don't ever want to get stuck in a chop, and I don't want any of you guys to ever get stuck in this chop, because this chop will make you hate stocks, right? I'll just clear the levels. This chop right here is what makes people hate stocks, right? A winning trade which you exit in a loss. This right here is what kills in the options, okay? This chop right here when you get stuck in it. So be careful when you're buying options. Always expect downside, expect some sideways movement for a few days. This is why I always buy time. So buy time on your options, you'll save value, and you're likely to be more right because you're giving yourself more time for the stock to move up, okay? And AMD 94, okay. I need to sneeze and it's not coming. 94 is a very strong hold. Resistance, so 94 it has to hold no matter what. We had Micron earnings yesterday, which the earnings were great, but the stock is just sideways. There's not much to do there. And then this morning from few analysts we had upgrades and downgrades on Micron. So what happened was, if they had a previous price target at 120, they lowered it to 110, right? Which to me kind of makes no sense, right? I mean, why even do that, because it's still 20 points above its price. So AMD 94 is very tough. It needs to get through. And then another thing that's going to happen now is Nvidia is going to form resistance somewhere near here, and Nvidia has a $1,000 target which they reached. So semiconductors, either this week or next week, they might consolidate for some time. I'm still bullish on them. Maybe they run, but keep this in mind. We had the run in Nvidia. We had a nice run in AMD now from $72 to $94. 94 is hard, so expect some sideways movement here. And then we have LRCX. LRCX, beautifully forming chart. So this is one chart that I personally would play to the upside if it can get above 650, 660 hold. Okay, but then again, this also has resistance here. And if it breaks out the all-time highs, which is, I believe, 673-ish, if it can go above 675 and hold for the day, then we can probably play this towards the upside, towards 700, 750. And this name is great for spreads also, because options are expensive, and then you can always do spreads on this for cheaper plays. Yeah. Micron, technically, I'll wait for 1-2 days, see what it does. Maybe it forms a bull flag here like AMD. Who knows, right? Nice 74 here, and maybe it chops here for some time. And long term, I am bullish on it. I think it runs. Earnings, I think we're good, but let's see what it does for the next few days. Okay, we don't want this giving up 82. 82 is a must hold. Maybe it dips and comes back up, but 82 is a must hold on Micron. Baba, acting great. Little bull flag forming, similar to AMD. That's the reason I'm buying 2-3 weeks out on my BABA options, right? If we do get stuck in a chop here, at least we have some time, because when it makes a move, it's just going to make a $10 move up from what I see. And then if it takes out 231, then I think we go towards 240 and then 270 in the coming weeks. Okay, so 231 is the main number. And then 236, 240, 270. And then we have Walmart. So a great move yesterday, but then again, we still never added, but I would add leaps here. Yes, I would add leaps, but then 142 is acting very hard on this. Above 141, there are a lot of sellers on Walmart. So if the day it gets a 142 plus close, right, those with small accounts, you can take 50-cent options to like $3 on this name, okay? 142 plus close is required, and because of this sideways movement for the last 3 months, we can get 146, 147 calls for cheaper premium because of all the low IV now, okay? But maybe you can buy 3-4 weeks out as soon as it closes 142 plus, and you can ride this up towards 148. So that's a $6 move that I'm giving you right now. Okay, so let this trade come to you, 142 plus close, buy 3-4 weeks out options, and they should be good in my opinion, right? Because that's when buyers will take control. McDonald's, I was just looking at the chart today. A great long, I think, has been consolidating near all-time highs, and if this thing breaks out, this can give us a nice move. Because with inflation, they're probably going to raise their prices too in the summer now, so their revenues will go up. Obviously, costs will go up, but then adjust 230, 228, 237. Okay, so this name has just been sideways for now. So we'll wait for this trade to come. The reason I'm showing you this because I want you guys to start understanding how to plan your trades, right? So maybe I'll cover this for the next 1 month, 2 months, and then take a position so you guys know, okay, why. Trading in here is very hard. We'll be gambling with our money. That's all we'll be doing, right? So here, what we want is a solid close over 237, and then play the uptrend towards 250 psychological level. That's 13 points. Okay, a close above 237, or at 220, a bounce play. At 220, and then a bounce play. Okay, these are confirmed trades where you're likely to win and be right for most of the times. Home Depot working out beautifully. I'm still holding a bunch of my position. I only sold 40%, still holding 60% of our butterflies. I think I'm going to end up netting 200-300% of those by next week, right? So as long as we take out 321, we should be good. So 321 takeout, we go straight to 325 plus on Home Depot. And sorry guys, I'm kind of sick today, not feeling too great. A low energy for me, but I hope you have a great day. Manage your positions. Take it easy. Let this level set up. We don't want this to be a premium selling day again. Okay, this week there's not much movement in some names. We caught them. Great. Protect your gains. On neg, congrats. Never called in our group, and then LB picked it up right away, and LB sniped it right away, and then I also followed along. So congrats on neg. A lot of you guys made a lot of money. I hope it squeezes for you more. I'm still holding a little bit, and let's see what it does. God bless. See you guys back in the chat.